Welcome to episode 15 of Lost Signals. My name is Daryl. That's JD.
And hi.
It's fucking hot out right now, dude.
It is. It is.
I'm sitting in my office.
Yes.
I have a fan going. It's a good thing you can't hear it, but it is.
I
like,
can't know. Yeah.
It's ridiculously hot here right now.
Yeah.
Like, and tomorrow it's gonna be hotter apparently.
Is it?
We're shooting for a high of 39 degrees for Friday.
Well,
Isn't that fun though? Like it's July 1st today. Happy Canada Day. There's a heat warning. Actually, apparently it's only 28 degrees right now, but it doesn't seem right. Let's see. Oh, they changed the forecast. It's only supposed to be 36 tomorrow now.
oh, okay. Well, happy Canada Day.
Yes.
And we actually just came off of our own heat wave. And yesterday it was 36. And Tuesday it was 41. And
Oh.
Monday it was 40.
Isn't that fun?
Yes, a blast.
But what was I reading? Like, it was hotter in that town that burned down in BC,
Lillooet.
Lillooet, and it was
Sorry, not Lillooet. Lytton.
Lytton, yes.
Lytton.
Yeah, it was hotter there than it had ever been in Las Vegas,
Ooh.
or something to that effect. Like there was some really weird statistic that it was hotter there than it was in the fucking desert.
Well, when the entire town's on fire, that doesn't help.
It was before the fire was came through. Come on.
Fair enough. And
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at the tragedy of Lytton.
No,
but still.
no. But yeah, what I read something like there's 500 deaths because of the heat wave that just went through British Columbia. Like that is crazy talk right there.
Yeah.
But it's an unheard of heat wave. Like I mean, it gets warm there, but like to be like what I saw it like in I think it was Kamloops. It was supposed to be like a high of 44, and then it felt like 51 fucking degrees. Like
Yeah. Yep. Actually, there was a caller, a listener on my radio station who sent me a photo this morning. His daughter lives in Kamloops, and the temperature gauge on their dashboard of their vehicle said 51
oh my god,
in Kamloops. It just utterly insane. Yeah.
That's-
So
it's not good.
like, no, it's not. So I've been living in Prince George for a couple of decades now, and like I can remember summers where it would get hot. It would get like 37, 36 degrees and like uncomfortably hot.
Yeah.
But when it got up to 40 and 41, I mean, like restaurants were shutting down,
Yeah.
schools were shutting down, and like places of business were shutting down, and I was having issues just trying to get through my 9-to-5 job. It was insane. So,
Well,
like,
so
yeah,
it's
unprecedented heat wave.
Yeah. So at my work, like where I work underground, we always say, you know, like it's always hotter underground, and it is. It is hot there, but not the last couple days. It was actually hotter on surface than it was underground.
Oh, it's pretty bad when you have to go into work to get a break.
Oh, fuck, it was bad. Oh man, it's just it's nuts. It's
Yeah,
yeah.
not fun.
I'm looking forward to next week when it's actually a little bit cooler, but I know like some people's crops out here aren't doing that good. Talking to my aunt and uncle the other day, and some of the crops are burning just from too much heat and too much sun. So we need some rain.
Yeah.
But
We actually got a reprieve last night. We had a thunderstorm, and it brought the rain, which like the drop in temperature was dramatic.
Oh,
like
I
it almost
bet.
could bring someone to tears.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. But
I'm hoping we get something like that in the next week. Just like
Yeah.
like looking at that forecast again, it's like I don't know if we're gonna get it.
I was developing an issue with all this heat, and I was getting like this massive anxiety attacks, like panic attacks. Like, okay, so there's this heat dome that is the cause for this in the atmosphere, and it's due to climate change and global warming, and like I'm a believer. Like I fully believe it, right?
Yeah.
Don't Tyler, don't at me. So, so anyway, I was having these like panic attacks because it's like, well, fuck, is there anything else I can do? Because I drive a high efficiency 4-cylinder car as opposed to the Dodge Durango with the souped up V8 that I had. I recycle. I don't waste power. I shut off everything when I leave. I hang dry clothing because, quite frankly, I know that certain articles of clothing, you know, if they throw them in a dryer, then they'll just shrink and
I
fit anymore.
like all my t-shirts. They're hung, just
Yeah.
always.
So like I'm like fucking panicking as if the fate of the world is on my shoulders if I don't recycle that fucking last carton of almond milk, you know. And it's just like, what else can I do? And I was actually having a conversation. I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine. It's like there's nothing else you can do. It's not us. It's not me.
No.
It's not you. It's not blah 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 blah. It's the big companies. It's the organizations. It's the industry.
It's the big oil companies that have been lying about how much damage they've been doing for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. I mean, like the little people, you know, like they're putting it on us. They're making us feel bad about it when it's actually them being scumbags. That's the way I look at it. You know, it's just fucking, you know, Husky and Esso and fucking Shell and all those companies. They're so big that they just don't give a fuck anymore.
Even Volkswagen got busted a couple times already for
talked
lying
about,
big
yeah,
time.
we talked about that a while ago back. Oh, that was right at April Fool's. Now that I remember that. Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Yeah, those fucking
Haha, April Fools. Fuck you.
Dicks. Oh, yeah. I mean, the heat right now is actually making it hard to keep focused on stuff. You know, like I was downtown today. Okay, so full disclosure, it's like 85 degrees in my house right now. So that is like 27 degrees. Like it's hot. Like it's warm in here. I do have a big box fan and an air conditioner in my living room and connected to my bedroom. So I mean, it's comfortable at night, you know, and it's fine. But like I went outside today at about like 1:30. Well, it was right at 1 o'clock. I went downtown for a little bit. And I walked outside, and it was like walking into a wall of fire.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I fucking hate that feeling.
Like it's just like holy fuck! Like I couldn't like. I had to get back into the air conditioning quick. I mean, like at 40 some degrees. I mean, yeah, it's fine, but like there's a swimming pool down the block from me, and it's like, and there's tons of cars there, and you could hear the kids in the pool. And like, that's the perfect place for them to be for short periods. I mean, because you'll sunburn the shit out of yourself. But
yeah.
Anything you can do to beat the heat right now. I'm actually considering getting like a big bucket of ice and putting it by the fan. You know,
that's smart.
The redneck air conditioner.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah. I mean, or I could just, you know, pay the $3,000 and get central air put in, but.
It'd be so nice.
I know. I can't justify it. My house is too small.
Huh?
Like
that means it might be efficient.
It'd be super efficient. It'd be like a fucking freezer in here. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't mind the heat. That's the thing. I don't like working outside in it, but I mean, like, in small doses, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I guess.
So I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. I live by myself, and I only have the one air conditioning unit. It is one of the window deals, and I have it in my bedroom, and it's perfect. It's perfect for my setup because I leave it on just so that it can just fight against the heat.
Yeah.
Right. And when I come home from wherever I am, there is a noticeable difference from the temperature outside, temperature in the building, and the temperature in my apartment.
Yeah.
And it is much more comfortable in my apartment. When I go to bed at night, I close the bedroom door, and it cools the entire room quickly. Which is the only reason I'm able to sleep, right?
Yep.
So I've been doing that, but like after 2 days of temperature like just cresting 40, I was like, I need to go jump in a lake. After everything that's been happening and the past couple of weeks I've had at work, I just need to go jump in a lake. So Alicia and I actually went to a lake that's about 15 minutes out of town from Prince George, and I was just like, as we're driving up, I'm driving. I look at her and go, fingers crossed, hoping that it's not busy, right?
Yeah.
So we pull into the parking lot, and the parking lot's half full.
Dang.
Okay, fine, I can deal with this. Get out of the vehicle and then walk up to the beach, and actually, like, surprisingly, okay, so it looks like everyone brought their own vehicle, because there's barely anyone here at all.
Yep.
Literally dropped everything on the closest picnic table and just walked into the lake.
Yeah. It's a good feeling. I need to go. I should go do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually supposed to go out to the lake tonight. Like, I got 3 texts from people. Oh, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I got some projects I got to work on and haven't filmed or recorded a podcast in 2 weeks. So, got to do that. But like, oh yeah, come out to the lake. We're hanging out at the cabin. It's like, fuck, I'd really like to, but I got priorities, man. Sometimes you gotta suck it up and do the things that are needed. Actually,
it sucks being your own boss.
Yeah. The drummer for my band, he's in a different band, and they're playing out at the lake tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
He literally just texted me. He's like, starting now, and then he sent me the poop emoji. I'm like, he invites me to every show that they go to, and I try and go, but it's like he gets very defensive when I don't show up. So fuck you, Ken, but you'll get over it.
Before we move on, dealing with this heat. So I sent a couple of photos to you in the Discord chat. I was wondering if maybe you wanted to bring them up, because I have been having catastrophic fun working these past couple of weeks.
Yeah, so like you sent me that picture, and I'm like, the first one I didn't really notice. It's just a picture of your bus, and it's whatever.
It's the side of a bus. What's the issue?
Then the second picture, it's like, why are you on the side of a mountain and the window's missing? It's like, what the fuck, man? What, like, are you driving like 120K down that fucking hill again, or what? Losing your coolant?
Yeah, that's just it. So anyone who is uninformed, I drive big truck, but I also drive private charter bus, and I have to drive up a mountain to get to where the location is for these people who are riding a bus to go to work. And it's a mine. It is a minerals mine. So I drive one of the big, like 57 window coupe buses, like almost a Greyhound type bus.
Yeah.
So for 3 weeks in a row, I've had coolant issues. And it's not from overheating. It's just the coolant wouldn't stay in the fucking engine. So for 3 weeks in a row, I have been on a mountain using whatever tools I brought with me in like an emergency kit, trying my best to just like patch the issue. But it's just every single time it was just like a failing effort, because it was just no way at all. So that means for 3 weeks in a row, I pretty much got up to a mountain, got halfway back down that mountain, and then covered myself in coolant.
And
trying to
so
fix a leak.
Sticky
and
gross. It just...
That means, and that also means too that 3 weeks in a row I went half my shift driving without a shirt on, because I wasn't gonna fucking marinate in that stuff. So 3 weeks in a row covered in coolant.
Awesome.
But this past Monday, now I'm driving one of the buses that initially had a coolant problem, and it starts overheating again. But this time there's no coolant leak. It's just intake is just nothing more than hot air. It can't cool down.
Yeah.
So the best I can do is try to keep the RPMs up on this thing, which is a formula for disaster. Driving up this mountain, trying to keep the RPMs up, which means that I'm kind of like not hammered the gas, but I'm feathering the gas, and up this windy dirt road that's generally well maintained.
Yeah.
I get up to this 1 kilometer, and I know that there's this rut in the road that's just developed over time. and the crews haven't gotten to patching it yet. And I'm doing just under the speed limit. And I try to slow down as best as possible, but I must have hit like the sweet spot on this fucking rut, because the bus hit the front end, bam, and then the rear end, bam, and then I hear windows gone. Now I have 7 passengers. It's a light day, so I have 7 passengers on the bus, and I look behind me, and sure as shit, I have shattered one of the safety windows in the bus, and then the emergency release on one of the windows for the bus let go, and it just ejected a entire window panel out the bus.
I'm sure those are cheap too.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, pick them up on Amazon.
Yeah, just get an 8-pack of them, get it shipped out by bus.
Yeah, exactly. So when that happens, I'm dead in the water. I can't transport my passengers any further.
Really?
Yeah. No, just severe safety issues come to mind, especially with a broken window. If 2 windows would have ejected, and that wouldn't have been a big deal. But the fact that one window shattered and the other one ejected, that means that there is broken glass.
Yeah. Right. Well, and technically, if you don't have those windows in, it does. If you would roll, I mean, that's structural integrity right there. But
it's gone.
Yeah,
totally gone. So that was my Monday.
That's awesome. Just fucking, I did glass everywhere. That just.
Yeah. Can you bring up the photos? Is that possible?
Let's see here.
Now, I know it's not going to mean anything for the audio podcast, but for the video.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
those pictures worth 1,000 words, and quite a few of those words are fuck in this situation.
Yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it. Is it just in the text channel?
It was to you.
Oh, right. It's just direct to me. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Just a big old broken window, just chilling out there. Classic. Good time.
Like holy, like when it went, like I hit that rut hard enough that I didn't notice it. If it wasn't for the fact that, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't for the fact that people said we lost the window, I wouldn't have known.
Right? But you would think it would change how it sounds though, like especially in the vehicles, because it would have been louder.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So the caveat to this entire situation is that there was a second bus on that same route.
Yeah.
And he was only a couple of kilometers ahead of me. So when that happened, I radioed him immediately. He said, I need help, turn around. So he quickly turned around, picked up all the passengers. I drove that bus without any passengers to a safe location. We got up to the work site. I informed the mechanics and said, send a rescue bus immediately. So
with some windows.
With some windows and AC.
Yeah. Yeah.
So on my way back down, I am riding on the other bus, which is going to a different location, but it goes half the same route.
Yeah.
Got down to where my first bus, my initial bus, the one with the busted windows were, and then dropped me off. I drove that busted bus down to the bottom of the mountain where we met the rescue bus, which wonderfully enough showed up 5 minutes after I parked.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah. And then the rescue bus driver took the broken window one. I took the one he drove, and then we drove all the way back.
Good times, eh?
Well, sometimes like that actually, like it was quite flawless. Like ultimately, I was late getting back home by 20 minutes, and
it's not even that bad.
No, not bad at all. But my God, what a catastrophic fucking ride on the way up.
Man. It's like, okay, so how do you figure that the glass actually broke?
So I was talking with a mechanic, and like buses and vehicles are flexible, and the bigger a vehicle is, bus, plane, vehicle, truck, car, whatever.
Yeah.
The longer it is, the more flexible it is. Glass is not flexible. It's not as flexible as metal. So
there's a little bit of a flex there, but not that
exactly.
much. Yep.
So when I hit that rut, I hit it in just the right spot and just the right speed, even though I was below the speed limit, that it flexed the bus and then tweaked the window,
Yeah.
ejected one of them just because that's just the way it went,
Yeah.
and then shattered another one.
That's awesome. It would have been great to see somebody sitting right there. Nah.
Luckily, no one was injured.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah,
Of-
because then there's just an incident, and then you got to explain stuff. It's
Exactly.
not good.
Of all the seating positions, I only had 7 people on that bus, not including me. And the people that were within that area were actually seated on the opposite side of the
Oh,
bus.
perfect.
So it was like, I ran back there, like, everyone okay? And I realized that there was no one even near that
Yeah.
splash zone. So
Yeah,
it was
perfect.
perfect.
Perfect. Off topic, and now we never have to really talk about it again.
What?
I got my second shot. Saskatchewan opens on the 11th. Done. That's it. Fucking, it's game over.
I'm fully vaccinated. Canada or British Columbia has actually opened as of today. Mask mandates have been lifted in a lot of places. I did go to the gym today,
Yep.
and I did wear a mask. And there was about a dozen people at the gym while I was there, and there was maybe 2 other people. And you know what? For the first time, whether they were wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, I wasn't anxious at all.
That's good. So, like, on the 11th is when we won't have to wear masks here anymore. I will personally not wear one anymore unless I'm required to in certain businesses or whatever, then I will.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge anybody not wearing a mask because that's their own deal. I don't care anymore.
Right.
I did my part. I'm done. It's game over. That's it.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Did it all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's all I wanted to say about that. But
Yeah, no,
actually, my arm still hurts a little bit, and it was on Sunday. It's 5 days. So it's not bad. I mean, like just
Yeah,
a tiny little bit, but like,
You'll probably feel better.
maybe. Yeah.
Alicia got her second shot yesterday, and
Yeah.
she went to the lake with me and went swimming. So
It's fine.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's
Yes.
great. So it was on whatever. I think it was on Reddit today or yesterday, whenever. It doesn't matter. And I was looking through some stuff, and excuse me. Looks like old Trumpy. It seems like we talk about this every second podcast. It's like, what did Trumpy do now? Fucking guy and his team
Yeah.
made a Twitter clone, and it's called Getter. Gettr.
I don't get the reference.
I don't get it either, but it kind of sounds like Grinder.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna put that out there. I mean, I have nothing against gay people, but but I think Trump's trying to steal their thunder.
Oh.
Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna get shot for that comment, but anyway. So out of curiosity's sake, I went and I looked at this, and
I gotta look now. Hold on.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
it got launched on the 12th of June, and I think it was soft launched on the 12th of June, and then I think today was like the go day when they announced it, or yesterday, whatever the hell it was. And I went and looked at old Trumpy's fucking profile, and it's exactly what it was when he was on Twitter. The same fucking, nonsensical rants about fucking how he still won the election. We're 8 months out now. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, come on.
Gettr.
Yep. Unless it got pulled already. But like, I was on it this afternoon, just out of curiosity's sake.
Okay, so I did a search on Twitter, and it's at Gettr.
No. Sorry. You misunderstood me.
Sorry.
It's not a Twitter handle. It's a
it's
whole
a-
platform.
What?
Yes, it's a whole social media platform. I'm sorry, I didn't explain that correctly, but no, it's 100% a Twitter ripoff.
Getter is a non-biased social network for people all over the world. Getter tried the best. I'm not drunk.
Are you
I'm reading
sure?
this. Getter tried the best to provide best software quality to the users.
The what?
Users.
Oh, I thought you deserves. I thought you. I
Users.
thought it was
Maybe I am drunk.
misspelt and you fucking mispronounced it or something.
Oh, hold on, I got it. That is the description. So they tried.
Yeah. So
Why is this company backing it very clearly, or at least suggestively Russian?
put two and two together, man. I don't know. So,
Okay, anyway, go.
Team Trump, whatever. Like it's owned by them, so it's all gonna be like the right wing stuff. Like it's.
Wow.
It's like he wants his Twitter account back so fucking badly.
He
That-
craves the attention.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding? He's fucking dying because he's not getting it.
Yeah. So instead of getting his Twitter back, he just built his own. It's like, fuck it, just fuck it. It's like I'm gonna build my own Twitter with fucking blackjack and hookers.
You know what? Forget the blackjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naked pictures of his daughter.
Getter, Wikipedia, a social media platform created by Jason Miller, a former Donald Trump aide and spokesperson. The beta version of the platform launched on Canada Day. Happy Canada Day.
Yep.
Its user interface and feature set have been described as very similar to those of Twitter.
100% looks like Twitter, man. Like it's almost disgusting.
Uh-huh.
Don't bother. Don't.
Fine. I'm not. I'm gonna sign up for that shit. I might put my name down. Like I might hammer down my own handle just in case. But, but whatever. We are talking about a man who referred to the moon as a plant. Do you want me to go into detail about this?
I just I'm sure there's evidence out here that he said this. It's just how.
All right, kids. Gather around.
Let's
grab
start
your
with
favorite
story
blanket,
time.
get
Yeah.
some popcorn, and
Yeah.
let's go over this. First of all, let me point out the fact that if someone was going to be coming back or being brought back into the White House of the United States, they would not have to go on tour. Secondly,
I'm going to cut you off there for 1 second. He had one of his freedom rallies in Alabama canceled. Like yesterday or the day before.
why?
I don't know. I saw it though. It's like Trump rally canceled for maybe it's the weather, maybe it's a COVID outbreak. Who the fuck knows? It's whatever. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just thought that was
It's fine.
funny
It's fine.
interjection. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was at a rally, a speaking opportunity in
Yep.
Ohio.
Yeah.
And he, first of all, halfway through his ramblings of all the same hits that he liked to touch on, where the election was stolen and people cry when they see him, and he
he's so
is a
fucking
great
ugly.
person. He's so hideous. Anyway, so he tried to make a topical and locational reference. Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, is from Ohio.
Yep.
And while he was up on his little platform there, he said, Ohio has made, I'm paraphrasing, Ohio has created some incredible Americans, like that one man that he was the first person to make it and step foot on that plant. You know the man, right? He was the first person on that plant. Not planet, which if he would have said planet was still wrong.
Still wrong. Yeah.
But he referred to the moon as plant, and he forgot the name of Neil Armstrong.
We're Canadian and we know who that guy is. Neil Armstrong punched a guy in the face once.
Buzz Aldrin.
No,
I'm first.
no, it's either Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin punched somebody came up to him and was trying to tell him that the moon landing was a hoax.
That was Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, and they beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, because the guy did it in front of Buzz Aldrin talking to a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Like rightfully so. Like
Fuck, that's
okay,
great.
okay, so he participated in violence in front of a bunch of kids. You know, 2 wrongs don't make a right and 3 rights make a left. But still. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Fucking
Yeah.
But fuck old Trumpy. Just
Oh god. So he apparently has made another statement bragging about the fact that the American media networks have been falling in ratings since he has been removed from office. And I, like many others, including a great YouTube personality and news creator, gatherer and reporter, Philip DeFranco, say the same when it's like, yeah, there's been a drop in ratings. Thank fucking Christ.
yeah.
We don't want this all the time,
Well,
you know?
people aren't glued to their fucking TVs. You know, just wondering if World War III is gonna happen, or you know, like why is he getting a hand job from Kim Jong Il in fucking Pyongyang? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Funny side note:
Yes.
if you ever been on Reddit, there's a subreddit for Pyongyang, and I'm banned from it for some reason.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Just one morning or one day, I logged into Reddit. And I'm like, oh, you have been banned from Pyongyang for fucking forever. I'm like, cool.
What did I do?
I know, it's fucking weird. But yeah, that's just fucking Trump, man. He's just fucking.
Okay, so on that note, before we wrap up this entire Trump segment here, he has been given until Monday to provide a reason for the criminal justice system to not charge the Trump industry. The clock is ticking on this motherfucker and his entire family and organization and business.
You said Monday?
Monday.
I was gonna say that's July 4th, but it's not, because that would be really poetic.
Oh my God, wouldn't it?
Yeah. July 4th, Trump's arrested. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be July 5th.
Yeah. No, it's the 5th. Yeah. Anyways, shit happens, and
Shit happens.
It's so easy to talk about him because there's so much dumb shit to talk about when it comes to Trump, right? Like, because I know we end up talking about him probably more often than we should, but sometimes it's interesting because it's like watching it's like watching a car wreck, or a dumpster.
One of my favorite
dumpster fire.
One of my favorite segments on my old radio show was talking about Kanye West, because Kanye West was just a content gold mine.
Oh,
he
yeah.
would do something or say something or whatever. You know, Trump has just become the current day crazy person.
Yep. Speaking of crazy, well, it's not
Yes.
not real crazy, but
Speaking of celebrities who should be rightfully behind bars.
yeah. Fuck. So everybody pretty much knows the story of old fucking Bill Cosby, right? He liked to roofie women and then rape them. He did this famously for like 30 years. The motherfucker went to jail for it, but he's out now.
Yeah, fuck's sakes.
Like, and he's out on a technicality.
Yeah.
That's something that the prosecutors overlooked or something.
Yeah.
That he talked, and then it was like, so but maybe you understand it better than I do, but
So he spoke during a interrogation with the promise that he would not be prosecuted. And it's weird that it took 3 years for this to happen, but that agreement is basically what saved him now and what caused him to be released now.
it's
Which
bullshit
is-
though.
Oh God, it's so bullshit. And also, it's also double jeopardy, which means that now he cannot be retried for the reason he went to prison initially. So if they want to put Bill Cosby behind bars again, they have to find him guilty for something else. Which is like,
Well,
Fuck me.
It's entirely possible though, because there's probably more women out there that just haven't come forward yet.
Yes.
So, and it's unfortunate. And I feel for those women. It's like fucking the dude was supposed to be such a wholesome person, but fucking like you drugged and raped people.
Yeah.
You don't. What kind of person are you? Like, and
Yeah.
and in full disclosure, he wasn't even that funny. Like,
See, I kicked myself. I had and I rather enjoyed a Bill Cosby. It wasn't a vinyl. I had a Bill Cosby comedy cassette,
okay,
and I wore that thing out because he was funny. He was clean. And he was funny. I think he was like the first ever comedy recording I ever had because
Yeah.
I was very young, and it was the first one that my dad was like, "Oh, okay, fine."
Yeah.
Right? Because I couldn't have Cheech and Chong, I couldn't have Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy, I couldn't have Richard Pryor, none of them. Right?
Yeah.
But Cosby was like he was a clean comedian. So yeah, it just
but
Like-
but then it all came out that he raped like 50,
roofied and raped.
like
Yeah.
over 50 women.
Yeah.
Like, and I was reading just before we came on that his wife on the Cosby Show is fully supporting him right now. Like Felicia Rashad, like she's on some board at Harvard, I think, for like the arts and entertainment department or whatever there. Like, and she came out like today or yesterday and like saying like, I'm so happy that he's out and blah blah blah. It's like, bitch, like, you know that this happened. He was
You were
guilty of
there.
it. Like he's fucking
Yeah.
guilty of it. The only reason he's out is, like you said, it's because of technicality. Like there's no reason for him to be out. And like, I mean, the dude's gonna die pretty soon anyways, because he's he's got to be like in his late 70s, 80s
Something
maybe.
like that, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Like, so he obviously doesn't have a ton of time left here, but like, come on, like, it's not likely he'd be able to do it again, but
oh God, no.
he's still a danger, right? Like it.
Yeah. Well, he's not. I would hope that he's not a danger. If anything, it's just the fact that someone needs to be punished, and he needs to be punished for his crimes.
Yes.
And that is the only reason. Like, yeah, like the guy is older than fucking dirt.
Yeah.
You know? But still, like, you can't. Like, there are people out there whose lives have been utterly ruined because of this man.
Yeah.
You know, and the only reason they were able to get any sort of sleep whatsoever is because he was behind bars. His
Yeah.
freedoms were taken away from him, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And to have him serve 3 years and go, oh, he's out on a technicality? Like, no,
Yeah.
those people, like, they're not afraid for their lives. No one's going to be that fucking dumb. But at the same time, like, you know,
It's-
where's the justice? Where's the peace? Where's the karma in this world?
It's the justice system, right? Like it's the rich get away with whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Where
Because
they have the money to do it, right? You know, you grease some fucking pockets or fill some pockets, whatever term you want to use there, but like they got access to stuff that we don't.
yeah.
Sucks. Maybe one day.
Yeah. I hope I never become rich enough that I have to hire a scumbag. Thank you.
I do.
Well, you have the option to. So
But yeah. Yeah.
yes. In the chat, hello, KitKat.
Hello.
I still like, yeah. I can recall, like, I played that Cosby tape so much that I can recall what certain segments of his comedy skit were about. Like, that's how much I enjoyed listening to him as a child, you know. And I feel not guilty, but I just feel bad for the fact that I have that knowledge,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But it goes, like, in a way, it goes back to what we were talking about the other week about, like, with Bruce Campbell. It's like, you know, he plays this really good character, but can be a dickhead in real life. You know, like, that's the sort of thing that we're talking about. Like, it's like what they are as their act or their caricature of themselves compared to their real life personality is two very different things.
Yes.
Just like
Well,
Yeah. For some people, anyways.
For some people, like Mr. Dress Up, Mr. Rogers, like those were like kind souls from like start to finish, you know?
Yeah.
Just yeah.
But
Boy, oh boy.
Gil Cosby. Wow. Bill Cosby raped a bunch of women. So that's my take on it, is and that he should be in jail. That's the long and the short of it for my opinion of that, and fuck that guy. Yeah. You had something you
100%.
You had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, the only thing that really like links onto that sort of celebrity criminal activity would really be Britney Spears.
Yeah, and like she's crazy too. She was crazy. Well, you know what? I think she still is a bit crazy.
Well, okay. Well, this is kind of something like you and I were talking off air beforehand about this situation. I was just kind of holding my tongue about this, and I wanted to save it for the show.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so she shaved her hair.
Yeah.
Like, and went berserk and attacked a car and invented a new drink and like all this crazy shit, right?
I don't blame her.
No, and that's just it.
It like being forced, well, maybe not forced, but like in that spotlight, that public eye for that long at such a young age. I mean, like, it's just a fucking powder keg waiting to go off. She would have been like 20. That happened in 06, 07?
Okay.
Anyway, she would have been like in her mid 20s. But in the spotlight for fucking 10 or 15 years already.
Yeah. But now you take into consideration that the fact that she at this very point, she's in her 40s and she has no control of her life, her personal life, her business, her career, or anything like that. Instead, it is utterly controlled by an entity that is represented by her father and a different person. You look back and go, okay, so all that crazy that was going on right now, was that really just like her being out of her mind, or was that a protest and her calling for attention that she just is just, like you said, a powder keg just ready to blow?
And that's probably a good explanation for it, I would think. I mean, you live with that sort of, the holding the purse strings over you, like and controlling your entire life, like that's got to take a toll on a person.
Yes, 100%.
Especially when you don't know anything different.
Yeah, and you have no freedoms.
Yeah,
you've been a child star, and then you just explode into this teenage heartthrob.
Yeah, and
sexualized at a very young age, and yet all of your decisions are taken away from you. You're nothing more than a money-making puppet.
She's a product. That's it. Like they turned her into 100% a product.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for her. But it reminds me of that fucking South Park episode.
Which one?
Oh, you need to watch this. I'm gonna
so far behind.
I'm gonna spoil the whole thing. So this episode came out in like, what the fuck was it? It was probably shortly after she shaved her head, around there. The paparazzi are following her around, and then the paparazzi all freak out because she pissed on a ladybug. She was out camping. She was camping in South Park actually, and then she pissed on a ladybug, and it's a scandal and blah blah blah. So
how dare she?
Yeah. So the South Park, the boys, they want to go and try and get a picture of her because they're gonna sell the picture for $20,000 so they can buy a new whatever. They can buy something stupid. It's because it's South Park. Yeah, so as they're they want to get a picture of her pissing on Butters, wearing a bear suit or something like that. Anyway, it's hilarious.
Okay.
So instead of her pissing on Butters, she kills herself.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Shotgun to the head. But no, she doesn't kill herself. She's missing the top of her head. And like literally, like all there is her jaw. And they immediately put her back in the studio and everything. And what it turns out to be is like they created her because they needed her to die for Harvest.
South Park has some strange plot lines.
Yeah, it's like, oh, who's the next one coming up that we're gonna exploit and turn her into really famous and then ostracize her and then make her kill herself, and then they had a picture of Miley Cyrus. And that was like young, like she was young yet, so like that would have probably been like 06, 07. Anyways, watch the episode. It is
okay.
It's vulgar and it's vile, but it's fucking hilarious.
It's South Park, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's a regular South Park episode, so it's great.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Yeah, but no, you mentioned you met some people the other day too.
Oh yeah, well it's completely off topic.
Yeah, no, it's
sure.
fine.
I met my ex-wife's new family.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and just in that context, it's like, oh, that's a loaded statement.
Yeah.
So for anyone unaware, I was married.
Yeah.
I got married in 2007. We separated in 2014 and officially divorced shortly after. She has since moved on. She found herself a significant other. They have a child, which is something that she's always wanted to be. She's always wanted to be a mother.
Yeah.
I did not want to start a family with her, but that's an argument for between me and her.
Yeah.
So anyway, about a week and a half ago, her and I have a great relationship, and that's because we've known each other for a long time. We started dating in 2002, and then like our relationship officially ended in like 2015.
It's a long time.
So
it's a long time.
That's a long time,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, there were some rough spots, especially after the divorce. But I mean, we developed a friendship, and it's been beneficial. So anyway, she has since had a kid.
Friends with benefits sort of thing.
There was a time.
You were married. I mean, it's pretty much expected.
Yeah.
For some people. Anyway, we're not.
It's fine when you know the combination to the safe, you know. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, she calls me up one random Saturday and says, "Hey, are you still looking for a couch and a love seat?" Now I have had this love seat and chair matching for a long time. Pleather, in great condition, white, and very uncomfortable no matter what the fucking season is, because it's pleather and it'll fucking stick to you.
Yep.
It's just not comfortable.
Yep.
So I said, yeah, why? What's going on? She goes, well, me and baby daddy, I will refrain from using his name just out of respect, are moving in together, and so we're trying to liquidate what furniture we don't want. And I have this couch and love seat, and like they're yours. I said, okay, cool. Send me a picture. So she sends me a picture, and they're decent condition. Could use a cleaning, but what new furniture or used furniture couldn't.
Yep.
And she goes, $50. I'm like, fuck, it's sold.
Yeah. Like,
so
you're gonna deliver it too?
Yeah, well, that's just it, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, cool. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Like, oh, you're gonna deliver it now?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, okay. So then she shows up, and just all in one shot, met her brand new family. First time I met her son, Connor, who is a happy, bouncing baby boy.
Yep.
And her significant other, and her significant other's father. And it turns out like the whole family fucking showed up.
Wow.
Turns out that her significant other's father, we'll give him a name.
Steve.
Steve. Okay, Steve. Yeah. Turns out he's a big fan of me and loves listening to me on the radio on the weekends.
Well, that's interesting. You know what, man? If you have a good relationship, it's no harm, no foul, right? You know, like it's telling the story that way does maybe not doesn't seem awkward. It's just a little bit different and quirky, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But
so
that's good. Whatever.
Like she's happy. They have a healthy baby boy. The significant other is happy, and I mean the Steve, the gentleman who's also a fan of mine, Like this is the first time that he's a granddad, so he's over the moon.
Oh, perfect.
So they were actually the ones to help me, not my ex-wife. They were the ones that helped me move the couch and love seat into my place. And I gave them the bad news immediately. Like, did she tell you the bad news? They went, no. Why? I said, I live on the top floor and there's no elevator.
I thought you were going to say that. Yeah, I used to be married to her.
No, they knew that.
That would have been, yeah.
Yeah. No, they knew that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, I mean, you live on the 3rd floor, right? I said, yeah, and the 1st floor is like in the ground, so it's not that.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's
So I
interesting.
got a decent couch and love seat out of it. I rented a upholstery cleaner and carpet cleaner and hammered away at it for like a good while. 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
And I ended up cleaning the couch and the love seat, as well as this chair, my area rug, and all the carpets in my apartment on the one clean water and soap solution in the rented rug
doctor, whatever. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I rented the whole thing for like $75. I was like, fucking, what? Jesus, this is a screaming deal.
That's a good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just so the another one of the funny things is that like I on occasion have my ex-wife call the radio show.
Oh.
And sometimes she'll announce who she is and sometimes she won't. You know,
Okay.
if she wants to add some content or whatever, then
Yeah.
she won't answer. But if she's calling just specifically because she's my ex-wife, I'll say, hey, I'm going to be talking to my ex-wife coming up. Some people will automatically text and call the radio station like, how fucking dare you drag your ex-wife into your
fuck.
life? Like, asshole, she was a co-host of mine for a radio show for 7 years. Like,
Yeah.
chill out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
it's
it
what
was
it is.
it is what it is, but honestly, like I was actually kind of excited to see her and her son because I know that for the longest time that's what she wanted.
That's good.
Her and I never had a child. We never started a family for many different reasons, but those reasons changed when we went our separate ways.
Yeah.
So
No,
like, she's happy, she's healthy, and I couldn't be happier for her.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on to our last segment for the week.
Sure.
What you listen to, bud?
I have been dipping a little into the obscure, or at least the off the beaten path from where we've been going.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of the group Run the Jewels for a while.
I know one of those songs.
You probably know what's the one song, the most popular song that they have. Oh man, I can't remember it right now. It's either Nobody Speak or Legend Has It. Now, I'm going to bring up Nobody Speak because it's a great tune.
Okay.
And it was actually used during a Cadillac commercial. Just the music bed,
Yeah.
right? And what's funny is that I saw the Cadillac commercial come up on TV and I heard the music and I immediately started laughing. And Alicia heard me. She's like, "What's so funny?" I said, "The song." She goes, "Why?" I said, "'Cause I know it." She goes, "Okay." I said, "Well, I'll play the song with the lyrics." And the first lyric is, "I'm a bag of dicks." I'm like, they're running this during a Cadillac commercial without the lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That is fucking awesome.
So, Nobody Speak by Run the Jewels, a great tune.
That's
a good jam. And it's like, if you watch the music video of it on YouTube, it has like the lyrics and the music video has a deep political middle finger. Like, it's just a bunch of old men arguing over stupid shit when the world is falling apart because of them.
Yeah.
Outside of the office.
That
type
sounds about right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on my way back home last night. I'd met up with a buddy, had some chicken wings, and I was listening to Spotify. And we know, like sometimes, like you go and you pick a song, and it'll just if you only pick one song, it'll play songs related to it afterwards.
Yes.
So I can't remember what song I was listening to, but a song popped up that I hadn't heard in a couple of years for sure. But I really liked the band. Well, their earlier stuff, anyways. But I was listening to "Lies" by by Arcade Fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it came out in like it's got to be like '03 or something. But it's got such a weird vibe to it, you know, like it's just like that kind of folky indie stuff that was really like I guess it's always been kind of popular, like that style of music. But I don't know, it's a good track. I like it. I'm gonna add it to the playlist.
I have a throwback for you.
Okay.
And it's oftenly referred to as that one weird song from the Beavis and Butthead movie, Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Is it the Rob Zombie one?
It is the Rob.
You kind of glitched out there for a second.
It is the Rob Zombie one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
What the fuck is it? I know the name of it, but I can't fucking think of it off the top of my head.
Rat Finks, Suicide Tanks, and Cannibals.
I was thinking something about chickens, too. There's another one.
Oh, sorry. Rat Finks, Suicide Tanks, and Cannibal Girls is the title of the song. But it's when Beavis and Butthead are stuck out in the desert and they accidentally take shrooms. And then everything just goes.
And Rob Zombie animated that. Well, or like
Yes.
he had the like, I don't know if he animated it, but he had the ideas for it. And I remember seeing that in the theater, and it was like, holy fuck, this is awesome.
Fuck, I feel stoned.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's such
No, and that animation sequence during that movie, like it flows so well with the song, and then the way that the whole like the psychedelics just trying to trail off just as the song trails off as
Yeah.
well, and the landscape just kind of like there's that last little ripple as the song fades
Yeah.
away. Like it's put together so perfectly,
yeah.
but it's considered a rare cut by White Zombie because it is only really seen or heard of in reference to Beavis and Butthead Do
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, it was never released on an album, was it?
It
Maybe like a greatest hits or.
Yeah, it was released on the Let Sleeping Corpse Lie, and it was basically a greatest hits album.
Huh. I'd have to look that up now.
But of course, you also find it on the Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack.
Yes. Which is you know what? And this is actually a throwback to the soundtrack stuff we talked about last week.
Yeah.
I had a buddy text me, my buddy Dave from work. He's like, we forgot Dumb and Dumber.
That is a great album.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is. It's a really great album. And then also my buddy Ken mentioned heavy metal.
You know what? I've seen the movie.
I have seen the
never
movie.
listened to the album.
Well, it's Sammy Hagar. You know, it's
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's all right. I mean, for me, like I wouldn't have mentioned that because like I'm just making Ken feel better, but
Thinking about it, I should actually sit down and watch that movie again.
it's been a long time since I've seen it.
It really has.
Yeah. And my last song that I've been listening to this weekend, or did you have something else you were gonna say there?
No, I was just gonna say what's your last song.
Actually, well, it's not even just a song; it's a whole album. It's "Ultraviolet" by Misery Signals. I gotta pull it up here if I can find it. It's this album.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the latest.
beautiful work.
Yeah, it's the latest. They're, I want to call them metalcore. They're based out of Edmonton and Vancouver, and yeah, let me check that shit out.
Oh, I love the art. Like when the albums do that, and it
Yeah.
looks like just marble work. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
Oh, that's stunning.
Yeah. Yeah, so like they were big in like the late 2000s, and then they broke up, and then they came out with this album last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good. If you're into metalcore stuff, anyways. They are actually affiliated with, why can't I think of that? Fucking, classic Canadian punk band, SNFU.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because the singer from SNFU came from Edmonton, and then they had uh, common friends, and I think they might have collaborated on some stuff, and then sadly, I think last year, the singer from SNFU died. He was actually living on Hastings. Yeah,
Oh,
as a
really?
as a user, yeah, he fell pretty hard there, which is unfortunate because I liked SNFU, but that's life, man. You know, you win some and you lose some.
Anyone familiar with the Lower Mainland in British Columbia, Vancouver specifically, knows that if you say that someone lives on Hastings, it's like okay, like there's really nowhere else to go other than
Down.
up or in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I've driven down Hastings a couple times, and it's eye opening, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Anyway,
that's well, I do have a little bit of news before we go, but we'll do the. So you can check us out at lostsignals.ca. You can check us out on YouTube and Twitter and all those sorts of things, which are all be linked in the description for this. Big news, I guess, kind of. I'll tease it today, but I have a interview booked with Earl Pereira from the Steadies, originally of Wide Mouth Mason.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. We're friends on Facebook. We have a bunch of people in common, so I messaged him, hey man, you wanna come on? He's like, sure, man, let's do it. We were supposed to do it this week, and then my schedule got screwed up, but gonna plan for this week. Hopefully, it might not be this format of podcast. It might be a little different. Might not do video. We'll see. We'll play it by ear and see what happens. And yeah, that's coming up next. And I got a couple more interviews in the pipe. Hopefully,
That's
So, yeah.
awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah. And my name is Daryl.
I'm JD.
This has been Lost Signals episode 15. We'll see you guys out there.
Take care.